My fiance's mom looks exactly like me, and everyone thinks it's cute except me.
Ooh, maybe you should do a DNA check before you get married.
I, 24 female, have been with my fiance, 28 male, for the past 5 years and engaged for the past year. He is the love of my life, and we get along very well. He's always had a strange adoration for his mother. He usually talks about how smart, how kind, and how funny she is. I always thought it was sweet because I don't have a good relationship with my mother. He often said I have the same personality type as his mother too. We're both INTPs. By the way, this comes from Throwaway Freud. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Carly.
And I'm Carly's boyfriend, Keon.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we'd do, so let us know what you would do in the comments. During our whole relationship, I hadn't met his family. We live in Germany, and they're in the US. We're currently visiting them now. When I met her, I really liked her. She's 64, so I didn't notice our resemblance at first. But when I looked at her wedding photos with my fiance's father, I realized I really look like I could be her daughter. Even my fiance's father pointed it out.
I don't like this. That's
Mom,
weird.
pick me up. I'm scared. We both have curly ginger hair and green eyes, and we both have bangs. We are similar height and build. It's so eerie.
Start ringing the bell. Start ringing the Oedipus.
If you compare a photo of her in her youth with me, we look like we could be sisters. His mother is also a fan of red lipstick. Guess what color the lipsticks he buys me are? Red.
Ding, 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 Oedipus, Oedipus. Ah, ah, ah.
I asked a few friends what they thought, and they said this obviously can't be a coincidence. I decided to speak with him before bed yesterday and pointed out how similar I was to his mother. He shrugged and said people usually choose partners who are similar to their parents. I didn't believe him, but he showed me some articles on Google. I tried to let it go today, but I met some more of his relatives, and everyone is talking about how his mother and I look like we're related. His mother finds this whole thing cute and has said, my son misses me so much when he's in Germany that he found my look-alike.
That's so wrong and so bad. If no one's calling this out and everyone's like, that's cute, get out.
How do I approach a conversation with him about this again? Or am I just overreacting and should I let it go? I would love some advice. We have some comments. Commenter 1 says, LMAO, change your appearance and update us. OP says, I am. I will be using some temporary dye on my hair. Commenter 2 says, what color are you going for? I feel like dark would be better because you're ginger, so it's a more drastic change than blonde. But if you wanted to go back, it might ruin the color maybe. OP says, I've got a few bottles of brown root spray. It's dark brown. I'm gonna try it out after I wash my hair. Another commenter says, Sigmund Freud has entered the chat. Another commenter says, do you feel like you have a mothering role in the relationship? OP says, I don't think so. He works more hours than me and earns more, so he pays for most of our expenses. I handle most of the housework and cooking. But isn't that traditionally the mother role? Cooking and cleaning. Supreme Cultist says, I think you are reading too much into it. I would not stress over it until he calls you mommy during spicy sleep. OP says, you're not gonna like what I'm about to tell you.
What?
30 question 69 says, does he call you mommy in the bedroom? OP
No!
says sometimes.
No!
OP says sometimes. Edit. A commenter told me to add this here. I didn't want to earlier because it's a bit vulgar, but he does call me mommy in bed sometimes. Update 6 days later. Most of the advice told me to change my appearance, which is what I did. I managed to find a very nice wig. It has straight brown hair, and his sister-in-law installed it for me. I've had it on for 3 days now, and my fiance hates it.
Again, he likes your natural looks.
He's pissed at his sister-in-law for installing it too. I made sure it was a brown that suited me because I am very pale, and everyone has complimented it except him. Even his mother said it was beautiful. My fiance keeps saying it doesn't suit my complexion and that my ginger hair is much better. I made up a lie and told him that my hair couldn't deal with the water in the US. Germany has hard water, but the city my fiance's family lives in has even harder water, miraculously. So I said my scalp was irritated. He bought a water filter. He refused to have spicy sleep with me, because I didn't look like myself to him. I also stopped wearing the red lipstick. I wore a pink one instead. And all he did was ask if I had a new favorite. I told him that red was his favorite, not mine, and he agreed with that. Yesterday, I removed the wig so I could wash my hair, and he walked in on me installing it again. He said that I shouldn't put it back on because it looked terrible, and I rolled my eyes and laughed at him. After that, we had a conversation. He said that I looked so much better as a ginger and that he wanted to have a spicy sleep because we hadn't done it in a few days because of the wig. I told him I didn't know how my hair attached to a net prevented us from being intimate. I then asked him why he called me mommy in bed. Disclaimer, I do not enjoy being called mommy in bed, but I dealt with it because I love him. He gave me the same response as usual and said it was a spicy hobby. I said I didn't like it, and he said that he wouldn't do it anymore, but was disappointed because as his partner, I should be supportive of his spicy hobbies. I said that I'd support others, but not this one. I then told him I found it extremely uncomfortable that I look exactly like his mother. I said I'd understand if we were both gingers, but we look so similar, people have mistaken us for being mother and daughter. He immediately got defensive and said that it was just a coincidence. I told him that with the mommy spicy hobby, it was starting to look intentional. He then finally came clean.
What the heck does that mean?
He said that he did decide to get to know me because I look like his mother.
Oh no.
He said that he first took an interest in me, non-romantic, because the resemblance was uncanny.
Oh, so he's known this the entire time and called you mommy in the bedroom.
And he was intrigued by it.
Ah!
Then he said he fell in love with my personality, and that's why he decided to ask me out. So he wouldn't have asked me out solely based on my resemblance to his mother.
But that's what piqued his interest.
I asked about the red lipstick, and he said that he liked red lipstick and had asked his mother for recommendation, so I guess that checks out. I then asked about him steering me towards hobbies that his mother has. I like to crochet and bake because he first introduced me to those hobbies, and I found out those are his mother's main hobbies. He said that baking and crocheting are nurturing hobbies, and he wanted a nurturing partner. Since mothers are usually very nurturing, he wanted a partner with his mother's qualities. And about the wig, he just said he preferred my natural hair. I honestly don't know how to feel about all of this. On one hand, this is weird as F. On the other hand, his explanations kind of do make sense. I saw a comment on my old post from a ginger saying that she's dated a lot of men with ginger mothers, so I don't know if this means that this is normal or extremely abnormal. He's an amazing and loving partner outside of this, so I'm thinking of getting us couples counseling and postponing our wedding plans. By the way, you never have to postpone your plans to listen to full episodes with stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, search up OK Storytime. Got a little bit more.
The cat's out of the bag.
He wants his mommy.
So, and again, I don't want to shame anybody. That's his thing. For you, OP, very weird.
It's weird.
For a lot of people, it's weird.
I'm not sure how more people were not calling that weird.
So, I think definitely get some counseling for yourselves. I think delaying the wedding is 100% a good thing. If people were like, hey, you look like Keon's mom, or you look like Keon's sister, I'd be like, stop that. Weird.
Yeah, because he's not even saying that it's weird.
Yeah.
One good thing that has come out of this is that at least I know I look amazing with brown hair too. I would like some more advice and thoughts on this. I am still in the US with his family, and I still have my wig on. Commenter says, how are you not on the first plane back to Germany? That is so creepy. OP says, I looked at tickets and they're very expensive. I'm gonna call the airline to see if my existing ticket can be brought forward. That commenter replies again, I'm not sure if this will be the case with international flights, but you can go to the airport and see if they can put you on a standby, so if someone cancels, you can get on the next flight back. Heck, call the closest German embassy and ask for help. You are trapped in a harmful situation. There's probably protocol for this. OP says, I'll see if I can get on standby. My fiancé paid for my original ticket, so the money loss is his problem. I haven't been threatened physically or mistreated, except some gaslighting, I guess. So I don't think the embassy would care. Edit, I'm currently looking for a flight back to Germany. My narc mom is paying for my tickets, So I've just opened a whole new can of worms, but I'll be paying her back as soon as I get my next paycheck. I've packed up most of my things. Wish me luck on finding a direct flight. We've got some final comments.
Is your fiance still your fiance, or
I think that's what we're about to find out.
are you ending it?
Michael 78900 says, did you end up breaking up with the boyfriend, or what's gonna happen? OP says, I told him that I'm going back to Germany so I can have time to think. I'm probably gonna dump him when he comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Again,
feel
didn't
like
want to
you're
shame
too far.
anything, but that's
Yeah.
crazy. My boyfriend refused to wash his hair, and it's grossing me out.
To wash it while he's asleep.
My boyfriend stopped washing his hair about 2 years ago. Is it gross to only wash your hair twice a week with straight apple cider vinegar? He is trying to fight hair loss and read somewhere that shampoo makes it worse. He refuses to use shampoo anymore, and it's been that way for 2 years. By the way, this comes from user Cat Obsessed, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I'm Keon,
I'm Carly.
and we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we do, so let us know what you would do in the comments. His scalp does not smell good, even after so-called washing it. He wears hats all day, every day, and works in metal fabrication. His side of the sheets are stained, and his pillow, brand new, is already stained through the pillowcase. But that could just because he works in metal fabrication, or he sweats at night. Please help me get over the fact that this grosses me out. Yes, I've told him this, and he just doesn't care. Or he explains to me that it is cleaning his scalp and hair so I can get over my discomfort and just move on. We have some comments. Comment number 1. There are shampoos that support to stop hair loss.
Yeah.
Minoxidil, Hims, Nioxin. Maybe suggest that he consider using these shampoos or topical methods like Rogaine, Minoxidil, or he'll be losing a lot more than his hair if he doesn't stop being so gross. OP responds, LOL, agreed, and he uses minoxidil foam every morning and night, but I feel like it isn't working because his hair isn't clean. Comment number 2, this would be my ick. Cleanliness is important. OP responds, yeah, that's why I decided to post and ask, because I don't know if I can take it anymore. I'm super hygienic and made that clear before we made things official, and he was too. But 2 years in, switched to this. Comment number 3, apple cider vinegar? That stuff smells vicious. There's shampoo for hair loss. Wearing a hat all the time is only making his hair loss condition worse. OP says, I told him that and he didn't believe me. F my life. Comment 4, I feel like there's something else going on here. Your boyfriend believes something he read, but doesn't believe any other evidence. Does he have someone backing up these claims that not washing his hair will prevent hair loss? He's doing the opposite of what should be done. He's going to clog those pores up and cause a lot of scalp problems. I'm just really wondering what is behind this whole thing. Why is he so afraid that he's going to lose his hair? I would suggest that he might need to see a therapist. Thinking that he only should wash his hair once a week or once every 2 weeks would be one thing. To never wash and not recognize how gross that is indicates to me some sort of underlying issue. I can't believe you've been putting up with this for so long. Washing twice a week in and of itself isn't enough for people with short hair. If he has long hair, it might be okay. A lot of people seem to think vinegar can replace soap, and it sort of can when you're cleaning surfaces in your home, but it's not an adequate substitute for laundry detergent, and it's definitely not an adequate replacement for body wash or shampoo. So no, he's definitely not cleaning himself properly, and poor hygiene can absolutely be a deal breaker for any relationship. I hope you're not the one laundering his nasty pillowcases, but deep down, I bet you are. And I need you to know, you deserve so much better. If he's really worried about hair loss, he needs to talk to a doctor, or at least a barber, someone who knows what they're talking about. Not some quack on the internet. Yes, you can soak laundry in vinegar or use vinegar in the rinse cycle to soften and deodorize clothing, but it's not detergent. You still need detergent. OP responds, thank you. I needed to hear this. I've told him this, and he does have chronic back acne, and I've told him why, but he doesn't believe me. And yes, I wash his pillowcase, and yes, I about gag every time.
Don't wash that for him. Gross.
If it's that gross and stinky, there's no reason to be sleeping in the same bed with him, to be near his vicinity, because guess what? You smell it, everyone smells it. Everyone deals with it. I would just be embarrassed at that point. We have an update here. Hey all, thank you all for the suggestions and comments. I read them and I digested them. Firstly, we've been through a lot together. Making the solution of just leave not my first thought, because I want this to work. He's a good man that has been misled by information. I think so anyway. We had a conversation the night I posted this, and it didn't end well at all. He gave me the silent treatment after I brought it up and just said, I'll just shave my head. Over and over anytime I tried to talk to him about other options. I never said for him to shave it, but he was insisting. I'm guessing to stop it from even being a conversation. He was mad and being not nice to me at all when he did actually respond. I slept in the living room because I wanted to give him some space. And also, your nose a break. In the morning, he was leaving for work and he said, bye. I said, that's all you have to say to me? Then he proceeded to say some hurtful things to me. That I only care about my own feelings, not his. And I don't want to help his problem, but to help myself. Like I said, he only cares about himself. At this point, it's showing his true colors. You have asked him to compromise, at least wash your hair maybe once a week, and he still won't do that. He doesn't care for any of your thoughts, and he's calling you selfish.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, one wash a week is not going to make this guy's hair stay around that much longer.
I would also bring up things like, again, it's hereditary.
If you're
it's
so
bound to
worried,
happen.
I don't know, get a hair transplant, get a
Go to
wig.
Turkey. Yeah, go to Turkey, get a hair transplant. That's going to solve it.
Just get a hair, what are they called? Toupees?
Toupee.
Just get a wig, dude.
If
Give
you're
into the baldness.
The fact that
she loves you for you,
Yeah, I was gonna
not your
say,
hair.
What's the deep root of insecurities of you going bald? Yes, it sucks. When he said that, I got extremely sad and upset because he should know me better than that. After the length of time we've been together, I told him that if that's how he views me, then why am I even here? Because that's not how I am at all. And he knows this. I think his ego was hurt. I told him that I genuinely do not think what he's doing is helping him, nor is it healthy if his hair and scalp smell. And it's also affecting me more than I'd like. I was hoping we could find something he's okay with that also makes me feel better about the situation. Then he just left for work. That night, we talked about it again. But it wasn't getting anywhere, and he refused to consider using shampoo. Fine, whatever. As long as it doesn't smell, I don't care what he uses. But it turned into another argument about my motives for the conversation again, with him saying I only cared about myself. I explained that's it about me, but also about him, about both of us. Something he's doing is bothering me to this extent, and I'd like to try and find a compromise. Like I said, he could not accept that as the truth for whatever reason, and I have always been a very honest person. At one point, I just cut him off and said, why are we even arguing about this? You need to wash your hair. It smells and it's gross. And this shouldn't even have to be more than a simple conversation. I don't care if you don't use shampoo, so long as your hair doesn't stink and would leave any residue. What are we doing? Then we sat in silence for a while. I was fuming, and he was stinking. And you can listen to full episodes with stories just like this. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast app and search up OK Storytime. Maybe 78 days, 79 days.
Somewhere around there.
We're got a lot of days and still counting, but there's a little bit left, honey. I mean, I think we said our
Wash
piece.
your hair.
If anyone's out there where your partner is like, yeah, there's some people who are very OCD and like, you need to do this, you need to do that. That's one thing. Like,
If people are telling you that you stink and your hygiene is bad, typically they're not being mean. It's going to take a lot for them to get to that point to tell you that. This is your girlfriend that loves you and wants to support you. Wash your dang hair, you stink.
Again, like I said earlier, comes to body odor, your breath, anything where it's just like your hygiene is not okay and someone that loves you is telling you, hey, your hygiene's not okay because I have the gall to tell you your hygiene sucks. Imagine what everyone else is saying about you, not telling it to your face. Like, yes, my friends should tell me, like, I tell people every time like they have food in their mouth or their teeth, I'm like, you got food in your teeth. And they say thank you most of the time. Like, I won't say it in a rude way. I'll be like, hey, sorry, you have food in your teeth. This guy can't, I don't know. This guy is stinky, literally and figuratively. But let's go ahead and finish up the story. After calming down, he settled on trying baking soda paste with white vinegar, as some of you had suggested. If that didn't work, he said he'd try a conditioner co-wash. I was okay with the solution, but we didn't get there without a lot of unnecessary arguing. I'm still pretty upset, but I'm letting him try to keep his word on what he said he'd do. If he doesn't, then I'll reevaluate. Thank you all again for your help and comments. They helped more than you think, and we have a second update.
Oh my god.
Do you think he's gonna be stinkier now? Do you think he's gonna get any
Honestly,
better?
with that mix, who knows? He's gonna. Don't you? If his baking soda?
Yeah.
Freaking volcano on his head?
I don't know.
Isn't that what you
I
use
don't
for
know.
the volcanoes?
This guy's definitely making his hair worse.
That's what you use for the making the volcanoes.
He's making his hair his scalp so much worse, and it should be
his
better.
head's gonna fluff up.
I put some product in my hair, like oil and like some stuff to
you
like
have curly hair.
curly. Yeah, exactly.
You take care of your curly hair.
Yeah, I don't. This guy.
is
This guy.
different.
I need this. You also need because this guy's never talked to like an actual professional. It seems like he's like, I read this on the internet, and that's like the best thing to do.
Dude, go get your hair checked out. Wash your hair.
Yeah, this sounds exhausting. Update 4 months later. Oh wow. I broke up with him last night.
Oh wow.
I couldn't take this problem anymore, along with many, many others. I deserve someone who will wash their hair and not be a blowout fight. Thank you to everyone who commented. I'm going to focus on myself and try to have fun with my life as I haven't in 5 years.
Wow.
Thank you. Wow.
Wow.
That's
good for
crazy.
you.
Yeah, well, yeah. Now he's going to lose his hair and he lost you.
And he stinks.
And he stinks. He's probably, I guarantee you, after he goes bald, he's going to be like, I'm still going to I'm not going to wash it. Apple cider vinegar.
He's probably not going to put anything on it. He's just going to be like, it's skin.
What a stinky, stinky man.
My boyfriend finally proposed, but it feels like a shut up ring.
That doesn't have a very good ring to it.
My boyfriend, male 27, and I, female 26, started dating in 9th grade after he asked me out at winter formal in 2012.
Aw, that's cute.
We went as friends, but quickly hit it off and were together by New Year's. From there, we reached a lot of milestones fast. And honestly, we both figured we'd be married by 2017 or 2018. The excuse at the time was that we were young and still in school. By the way, this comes from Throwaway Sishi. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Carly.
I'm Keon.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we would do, so let us know what you would do in the comments. I finished college in 3 years, and he did in 4. We both have our dream jobs and have a combined income of $144K per year.
Damn. Good
We
job.
have loans, but none of them are atrocious, and we lived in a home he inherited. That said, our life felt perfect by the time I was 22. That's when he started randomly inquiring about my ring size, my dream wedding, and whether or not I liked gold or silver jewelry more. When I turned 22, there was no engagement, but it wasn't a big deal. Then 23 came and it was the same thing. So I started thinking it would happen any day now. 24 passed and the conversation became tiring. I started to ask what he was waiting for. He claimed the right moment hasn't come yet. It took me until age 25 to realize that he often used the promise of proposing whenever I was upset with him about something.
Ooh, I don't like that.
No.
I was going to say, you guys are living a great life.
By 26, I told myself that he had until he turned 27. His birthday was closer. After that, I was walking away. I got my own space ahead of time and followed through. The separation was peaceful, and he didn't protest much, if at all. Last week, about 2 months later, he showed up at my place. We had shared our locations a couple of years back and just never turned them off. I completely forgot about it. I wasn't creeped out or anything once he explained how he found me. After some catching up, he pulled out the box while sitting on the couch across from me. It wasn't the romantic on one knee moment, and I can't help but feel like I forced his hand. This feels more like a here, damn situation than anything else. He says I'm overthinking and that he didn't realize what he had until he lost it. He also said he never knew that marriage was that important to me. I kind of want to get back with him, but I don't want him to resent me later and say he was forced into marriage or anything like that.
Oh, come on, OP. You know what he's doing. You know that this was like he was like, oh, I know how to get her back immediately.
OP says, should I give it another chance? Comments. Cultural Shape 3518. He never knew marriage was that important to me. BS.
Yeah.
He knew. He just didn't think you'd actually be willing to leave him over it. In fact, he still doesn't, or he'd be taking responsibility for things, coming to this instead of trying to make it sound like your fault somehow. He thinks if he gives you this ring and you come back, he can go right back to stringing you along with reasons it's not the right moment to set a date for the wedding and start planning in earnest. Let him sort through why this hasn't been a priority for him, or just keep playing ignorant on his own and keep moving forward with your life. Celestial Saint says, yep, feels like a shut-up ring because it is one. Damon Noir, he used the promise of marriage to manipulate you during fights. That's a huge red flag.
Yep.
If it's not the promise of marriage, it'll be something else. You've been dating for almost half your life. You don't know what other relationships are like. Heck, you barely know what you're like by yourself. Spend some time being a single person for a while and get to know yourself. You'll be better off for it. OP says, thank you. Was thinking of going to the cafe by myself for the first time today.
Whoa.
Girl, find yourself first. Find yourself.
Yeah. Good for you that you can leave your partner, because it seems like you guys were together for so long, and that when people do that, they get codependent really badly. So good on you that you were able to be like, you know what? I know what I deserve. I know what I want. I can't be manipulated.
Yeah.
And I hope, again, that ring doesn't make you come back or entice you. Maybe entice you for a second, but I hope it doesn't entice you like, I want to get back together with this guy.
Judgment, not the a-hole. Update. Hi, all. Earlier today, I made a post asking how I should navigate this situation. Short summary would be that my boyfriend of almost 13 years and I separate after the idea of marriage was dangled in my face for 4 to 5 years. We remained separated for 2 months before he suddenly reached out proposing. Many suggested I wait, but I already knew what the correct choice was. A lot of hard truths being pointed out to me made it hard to ignore. That said, I had the ring. I never told him yes, rather, I don't know. But he insisted I keep it. Given I decided I needed to move on, I wanted to meet so that I could give him his ring back. He agreed to at first, but was insistent on it being at either my place or his. I was already at the park with the ring in my car and just wanted a neutral meeting place, so I said no. He argued that it must not be that important then, so I said, okay, I'll give the ring to your mom when I have the chance. He didn't agree to meet, but this did make him FaceTime me, so we spoke that way. I was okay with that. The call started with him trying to negotiate a meeting location for a moment or two. Once he gave up, I told him I had a question about our breakup period. He told me I live in the past, but quickly backtracked when I said, okay, never mind, and attempted to hang up. He told me I wouldn't like the answer to some stuff, and he's right. He admitted that he saw 4 women during the 2 months, 2 of them being a threesome. He alleged to have wanted that experience before marrying me. He also claimed that he felt inferior to me in the recent years because of how put together I am, as if he's much different. I was in shock. I'd spent these last 2 months alone and trying to heal while he's having threesomes. It hurt, but it felt more like a disgust hurt than a betrayal one. Not because of the threesome, but because he thought he could just come back when he was done having fun. He asked me to come back to his place. He said, the kids, 2 goldfish,
Shut up!
miss me.
Oh my...
I told him that I can't get back with him. I need to experience something new just like he did. He's all I've ever known. But saying this upset him and might have given me some real insight into how he felt. He called me selfish. I'm always thinking about myself. He brought up a time I went to the gym on his birthday early in the morning before proceeding to spend all day with him. He said I constantly make unilateral decisions, like this one. He accused me of being with another guy and said that's why I don't want him to come over. By the way, I always want you to come over to listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, search up OK Storytime to hang out with some less frustrating episodes with us.
Honey, what am I trying to do right now?
Reach for me?
He's reaching.
He's reaching. He's reaching.
He's reaching so far. And he's trying to, again, paint you as the person who caused all of this.
Honey, I went on and had my fun. You don't need yours. You're already put together. Just marry me.
You're selfish.
Come on, like, just marry me already.
How dare you?
I know I waited 5 years to ask, but, like, you should just marry me now.
That's crazy.
You're probably already trying to cheat on me, so you should just marry me. The goldfish miss you.
Those 4 other women that I talked about you with them, they say that I should get back together with you. I think they're pretty smart.
I should have hung up earlier. My choice was already made. Once he'd known I was set in not rekindling, he was only looking to hurt my feelings. My father offered to return the ring so that I don't have to. And I've been advised to call the police if he shows up at my place again. Despite this, I feel good. I got some answers and saw what happened when he didn't get his way. Again, I appreciate the advice. Comments. Commenter 1, consider yourself. You dodged a huge bullet. Commenter 2 says he told you all that to hurt you because he saw how great you are doing right now without him while he is miserable. He thought he had you. Live your best life. His loss. Commenter 3 says, keep this post saved somewhere you can easily access. In fact, go a step further and detail everything from your conversation that you remember. Anything he said, anything you said, and especially how you felt. Something tells me this won't be the last time your ex tries to reach out. At some point, doubt will punt in, and you will wonder if you did the right thing. Trust yourself. You are doing the right thing. Be proud of yourself for loving yourself enough to know you deserve better. And if you start to doubt your choice, pull out this post and any other reminder that of who your ex is. Good luck.
Wow.
That's the end of that story.
Yeah. I mean,
it's a real catch.
You should send, anytime he texts you, or if he does text you, just send him that link to your post.
Him.
Well, send him the link to the post first, and then block him.
him.
Yeah, OP, you definitely deserve someone. Wow, that was like crazy.
Yeah.
You definitely deserve someone who wants to marry you and not use marriage as a tactic to manipulate you or
and not
string
throw
you
a
along.
little meanie attack at you when he doesn't get his way after he had to get his fun out with some other girls.
Ugh.